Hey guys, Sam Morton
and Jack Gilbert from TechFusions here,
and today we're going to do a comparison of the Gooapple 3G
and the iPhone 4.
So here's both devices. Can you tell which one's the Gooapple? If you said it's on the left, you're wrong, it's actually on the right. And I'll be controlling the Gooapple here.
And I'll be controlling the iPhone 4.
And if we just have a look at the lock screens, they're pretty much the same. Same layout.
Yep, they're both the same. The only difference is that on the iPhone you can actually see the carrier, where on the Gooapple you can't, and the little Chinese bit there.
Yeah, it's got simplified Chinese, so you will get some Chinese parts on it, as you can see throughout the video, but that's about it. Before we actually start the video, we have also got an unboxing video and a review video, which are very good, and that'll be in the top right hand corner now. So if you just click on them links, it directs you straight to the videos. Okay, back to the comparison now. As you can see, the front of the phone's pretty much the same. Jack's got a screen protector on his though, on his iPhone, and it looks a bit lighter. And the black looks a bit darker on here, but it's pretty much the same. And you wouldn't tell if you just had it in your hand, and it's dead on copy.
The only difference between the two is if you actually look at the back of the devices.
Okay, we'll take a look at the sides first. If we have a look at the button side. Okay, as you can see, look, they look exactly the same. You can't tell a difference at all. The chromes even look the same colour, and the buttons are the same. The vibrator switch, the plus button, the minus button. Most copies, they got like different buttons. They don't have the plus button on, or it's got like a third button, which looks ridiculous. Why would you want that? And everything, look, they all match up. The lines for the antennas match up. The Gooapple one's a tiny bit thicker, but you wouldn't tell.
Yep, so if you look on the other side then. So the difference here is, as you can tell, the Gooapple has the Android logo with the Apple in the middle.
And if we have a look on the iPhone, it's got designed by Apple in California, assembled in China, and it's got the logos. And if we look at the Gooapple, it says designed by Gooapple in Hong Kong, assembled in China.
As you can see, there is this logo here, which is actually here on the Gooapple. However, you would not really notice the difference.
See, the Gooapple has got the Google logo and the Apple inside the stomach, and on the iPhone it's just the Apple logo, as everyone knows.
So if we look on the other side then, again, it is pretty much the same. You can't tell the difference. The Gooapple is slightly longer.
This is because it's got an actual SIM card. It don't have a micro SIM card, which is a very good thing, because you don't want to go out and get a micro SIM card and go on an iPhone plan and stuff like that. And you can just keep your normal SIM card, which is great. I think it's a nice feature to have, to be honest. I don't see why the iPhone made a micro SIM card.
I agree. So if we look at this bit then, the dock, even the dock is the same.
Exactly the same, you can't tell the difference.
The screws, even they're the same pretty much.
Yep, and all Apple docks work with them, and exactly the same. Both speakers come through music, and yep, if we have a look at the top of the device. Okay, it's got the 3.5mm headphone jack, which looks exactly the same. It's got the power switch, which looks exactly the same, as you can tell. Yeah, that's the design of the device. They made it so it looks precisely the same of the iPhone 4, and I think they've done a good job there.
This is the best copy of an iPhone which is out there.
Yes, definitely, and I definitely recommend it if you want to get a replica iPhone 4 which looks exactly the same as an iPhone 4. Get this one, it's great. Here is just the box. I'll show you quickly. the Gooapple box. As you can see, it's got the white Gooapple, but as you can tell, the Gooapple's not actually white. It's got the Gooapple 3G logo on the back.
Also, this is the only replica iPhone which does actually have 3G.
Yep, that is true, Jack. And here is the Android logo with the Apple logo in its stomach. Got some warnings just there, and same on the bottom. Okay, now to the specs. The Gooapple 3G has a 400 by 800 display. It's got 2.2 Android, and it's got an iPhone UI overlay. So say with HTC, with Android, they got a HTC overlay sent, and to make it look different, mod it so it looks better. So here they got an iPhone, so it looks exactly the same as an iPhone. If you just have a look, it looks exactly the same as an iPhone. That's what it's made like. You can't tell it's Android, and it's just great. It's got a 700 megahertz processor. It's got an 8GB SD card in it, which can be upgraded to a 32GB SD card. Well, micro SD card, sorry. And it's got a SIM card tray, built-in Wi-Fi, 3G, worldwide 3G works. And yes, it's just amazing device. You haven't seen a copy with like that amazing features. It's just great.
So now we're going to actually look in the device and compare the two phones.
If we just unlock it, there you go, and looks kind of the same. The noise is a bit different on the Gooapple, but basically the same.
As you can see, in the apps all look the same. So you can see the messaging apps, the Safari, the iPod, they will look exactly the same to the iPhone 4.
Yeah, and even the settings, contacts, it's all made to look like an iPhone 4. If you just saw that, you wouldn't know it's Android unless someone pointed out the market and just went, oh look, it's got Android market as well there. But like, oh cool.
As you see, it's also still got a copy of the App Store.
Yeah, it still has a copy of an App Store, and that App Store links you to the Chinese App Store, which we can't really show because we're not in China, as we're in the UK.
And it also has their reader, which obviously on the iPhone 4 is iBooks.
Yeah, it is a very perfect copy. Even like the camera logo looks the same, and the photos, it's just amazing. Maps and just everything, notepad, it just looks great.
So the first thing we're going to look at is the iPod.
Okay, so if we go on the iPod, and yes, if you have a look at the bottom of the docks, they look pretty much the same. And like the way it's set out, if I go on playlist, I don't have a playlist. If we go on tracks, see here it called tracks. On Jack's one it's called songs. Don't really see the difference if you click on songs.
The only difference really is the way where on the iPhone 4 you got this more option here, which on the Gooapple you don't have, but it is almost exactly the same.
Yeah, I think that was just a software update. So when they were making this on the software, they didn't have the more button, and then it just, yeah, they just made it like what it looks like. So if we just play a song, I'll just turn the volume, just pause the song, just play any song. Okay. Yeah, that's a better song. We just pause it. As you can see, they look basically the same. They've done a very good job on it. You wouldn't tell again that it's a Gooapple if we turn it sideways. So go into flow cover mode. You go, got Eminem there, got example, and the flick through. If you click on, just click on the album. There you go. You can see it's set out exactly the same. Click off it. Yeah, see, even the animations are exactly the same. It's amazing.
It is definitely one of the best.
Okay, now we shall look into a different application.